Hello everyone, my name is Jenny Miglis and I'll be teaching the Library Skills class during this first launch week. This is the first of 3 videos that will give context for your other assigned Remote Active Learning Materials, or RELMs, for this class. The commercially published biomedical literature can seem daunting and overwhelming at first. In this video I talk about why it's worth learning to use library resources and some things to keep in mind as you work with scholarly articles and information. Let's say that you, like Calvin and Hobbes here, have a question. Where do you look for answers? Most people these days would say Google, and that's not always a bad idea. Sometimes it's the quickest way to find something specific or get an answer to a simple question. So let's talk about types of questions, because not all questions are created equal. I would be the first to say that there are no stupid questions. If you need to know something, you need to know it. However, that is not the same thing as saying that all questions are easy to answer. This is kind of like George Orwell's Animal Farm. All questions are equally valid, but some are more equal, complicated, or complex than others. Here is a simple Google search on a simple question. What is impetigo? There are over 600,000 hits, but the answer comes right to the top. A simple definition, easily confirmable. Here is a complex question. Why are you more prone to impetigo if you have diabetes? The citation at the very bottom of the first search results page, which you can't see in this screen capture, says, patients with diabetes have always been viewed, to some degree, as immunocompromised, and therefore more prone to infections. This is an interesting possibility, but it would be good to get more information about it. How strong is the evidence for this statement? Is it even true? One reason to use library resources is that librarians have done some of the heavy lifting for you. You can feel confident that the textbooks, journals, and databases available through the library have met criteria for scholarly work. Does this mean that every book chapter or journal article is the pinnacle of intellectual thought? Of course not. Ultimately, you are the final arbiter of what's useful, what's solid evidence to answer your clinical questions. But this can take time and practice. Watch the 4-minute video on appraising research quality for a quick overview of what to look for. You can also check out the Pacific Tree Octopus website and decide for yourselves whether you think this is reliable information or not. The library has a tool called OneSearch that is designed to search across our multiple silos of information and bring you back relevant hits from among our resources. My search on what is impetigo using this search engine brought me back just over 1,000 hits, compared with over 600,000 on Google. I can narrow my search further by using the limits on the left. Format is the only option showing on this screen capture, but you can also limit by date, subject, author, and other categories. Notice that all the articles that come up say peer-reviewed journal. The gold standard for scholarly publishing is peer review. Peer review is intended to indicate that an article has been read by an author's peers and judged by them for relevance, quality, integrity, reproducibility, and lack of bias. This process can take a long time, and many people have questioned whether it really does what it's supposed to do. Read the article, Peer Review, a Flawed Process at the Heart of Science and Journals. This was written in 2006 by Richard Smith, a former editor of the British Medical Journal, one of the top 5 medical journals worldwide. In spite of much questioning, many people still consider peer review to be desirable and necessary, however. Take a look at the other materials listed in your realms for this session. My next video will be on the different types of databases and some strategies for how to go beyond a simple keyword search.